Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the brand new, sensational, half-hourly podcast with your esteemed host, Drake Hudgens. All right, welcome, everyone. Welcome, new listeners. Welcome, old listeners from the Vibe Time podcast. For those of you who don't know, I have another podcast that I discontinued. Um, didn't really get a finale, but it wasn't too popular. Um, but it was my first one, so I've decided to revamp this a little bit. So first off, I have some new segments, and it should make for fun. And I also have some new ideas, and it won't just be me talking and filming here. I will have many other places too, and we're gonna mix it up a little bit. And I have some fun stuff planned, so stay tuned for that. I also am going to be doing the half hourly podcast, 2 days out of the week, so they will be uploaded Sundays and hopefully Fridays. I can get two up a week for you guys. But yeah, the half hourly podcast. We're gonna start it now. And first, we're gonna start with the review corner. All right. So where do we begin here? Let's start with video games on the review corner today. So the game I have in the hot seat is Marvel Rivals. Now, for those of you who don't know what Marvel Rivals is, it's basically a game that is a team-based, basically a team deathmatch with Marvel superheroes, loosely based on the old game Overwatch. Like, the ultimates are really similar, and obviously they got a lot of ideas from that, but they revamped it with Marvel. But I've had more fun playing Marvel Rivals in the past 2 weeks than I have with Star Wars Outlaws, even though that game was absolutely trash. But yeah, no, so in this review corner, just so you guys are aware, I'm going to the video game I talk about, the TV show I talk about, and the movie I talk about. I will give you guys honest opinions about each, and I will give you guys a rating on how I felt about them based on what they give you. And first, this game, Marvel Rivals, is definitely worth it. It's free, it's fun, it's a fresh revamp of the whole game type of Overwatch, but a new age, and with Marvel. So you can't really go wrong. Not if Marvel put something out there, but it's good. I like it. And personally, I play Thor. I've got him to Lord, and I'm in Platinum. I'm trying to head up to Grandmaster, but anyways, I'll be streaming that later too, so stay tuned for those. But if I was to rate it 1 out of 10, I say Marvel Rivals for me has got to be a solid 7 out of 10 for me, just simply because I can't help but think every time I play it that I'm playing Overwatch, but the Marvel characters and the differences definitely make it worthwhile. And I really like it. So yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I would highly recommend the game. It's free. I personally play on both Steam and Xbox, so get the game and try it for yourself. Pretty fun. And then the TV show I've got for today is going to be a show called The Night Agent. Now, today I'm going to be speaking about Season 2. And Season 2, in my personal humble opinion, was nowhere near as good as Season 1 was. But, I mean, let me put it like this. In the first season of The Night Agent, which for those of you who don't know, involves this guy named Peter Sutherland and Rose Larkin, and basically Peter has to save this girl named Rose, and they go on a government adventure and process all about FBI and all this stuff to try to get down to it and defeat government corruption. And the first season was really good, super action-packed, didn't really miss a beat, had a lot of really powerful scenes, to the equivalent of Breaking Bad in that first one. But then Season 2 dropped. Yeah, and you get past episode 3, And from episodes 4 to 8, it is the most boring thing to sit through. The only exciting thing about season 2 of The Night Agent is literally episodes 1 and 2 of season 2 and episodes 9 and 10. Literally the first two and the last two episodes are the only good ones in my opinion of that entire second season. So, kind of a missed opportunity, and they left you on a cliffhanger. I don't like that either, which means we have to wait another long ass time to even get the rest of what I want, my conclusion and stuff. So, not cool. But anyways, if I was to rate that 1 out of 10 from my experience, I'm gonna rate season 2 of The Night Agent as a 5 out of 10. Solid try, but it didn't hit the mark, and it didn't have nearly as good of scenes as the first season. Night Agent season 1 would highly recommend checking out, but as far as season 2 goes, episode 1 and 2 and 8, 9 and 10 maybe. Alright, so then we will head on to the movie in the hot seat for the review corner this week, and the movie is going to be The Wild Robot. So, I heard this movie was good, watched it with an open mind, and it turns out it's really good. Every single moment of that movie kept my eyes glued on the screen. The animation is so good and up to date on that movie. It got in 98% on the thermometer, on the Rotten Tomatoes meter, and like, that's unheard of. For example, one of my favorite movies of all time, Olympus Has Fallen, was starring Gerard Butler, of course, and ended up only getting like an 80% on the thermometer, whereas this got 98 in 2025, so that's pretty good. But yeah, if I had to rate that 1 out of 10 just for characters alone, the plot, the freaking animation, and all that time they spent on that you can clearly see the effort. Super good, super fun watch, and I'm gonna honestly give that a 9 out of 10 because, I mean, as far as animated movies go, that's probably the best one I've seen in about 4 years besides Moana, probably. So, yeah, take that as you will. And for those of you who are muttering to yourselves, no, I didn't really like Frozen 2, and I'm not gonna include that ever because, again, with sequels, never come up to the first one. I mean, yeah, no. I was about to say the diehards, but no, not even in the diehards. But that's that. So 9 out of 10 would highly recommend it. Wild Robot was a pretty fun experience to watch. So that's good. And now we are gonna go over to our next segment. And I have a guest joining us for this one. Welcome to Facts.
Okay, hi, I'm Alana. Okay, these are my 5 facts. They're all animal facts because those are my best facts. Okay, so a moose is like a moose, like a big moose. Like everybody knows what a moose is. Okay, a moose's main predator is an orca whale because moose actually swim in like rivers and stuff, and orcas will get there and eat them. So that's a moose's main predator. 2, butterflies don't just drink nectar out of flowers. They also eat corpses. So like they use their proboscis to like drink the blood or drink all of the other decomposing juices. Very fun. A little morbid, but it's fun. So in terms of eels, we have no idea how they mate or give birth or really anything. We know almost nothing about eels. Actually, for the most part, we couldn't tell which eels were part of the same species because at different points in their life cycle, they look completely different. Like, completely, to the point where we genuinely believed that there were far more species of eels than there are. So yeah, that's fun. And they've kind of like narrowed down the location of where eels probably mate, but they have no idea what goes on. Even tracking the eels, they've got nada information. Owls are pretty neat. This is fact 4. Owls are pretty neat. They're very, very, very good at what they do. They're very good hunters to the point where they are so dumb. They don't need to learn anything. They're built to be perfect at hunting and camouflage and being great there. But you can hardly train them. They have no idea how to learn anything. Like, it's a nightmare to work with owls. It's so funny. Actually, in the Harry Potter movies, they had to, like, they could only teach the owls one fact, like one trick, because that was the only thing they could learn how to do. They would only learn one thing and nothing else. So that was pretty fun. And then last but certainly not least, out of my fun facts, so black widow spiders are, so like the black widow spider that you think of when I just said black widow spider, so like the big black spider with the red hourglass on it, that is only the female of the species. The male of the species are actually much smaller and like kind of useless. And then the female black widow spider, she spends her whole life making one web. So there are different kinds of spiders and some of them make multiple, but black widow spiders only make one. And then when a male stumbles upon a female black widow spider, he will slowly destroy her web and replace it with his webbing as a way to like cover up her scent from other males so he doesn't have competition. And then he will, once he does all that, he will drug her and basically sedate her, tie her up in his webbing, and then they will mate. And then there's like a plug involved whenever they do that. So then after that, she can never have children with anybody else. No more babies, just the one dude. Yeah. So actually the misconception is that the black widow spiders will actually end up eating the males of the species, but that's not really true majority of the time. And when it is, whenever she like does get out of the like being tied up and throws off the drugs, honestly, good for her. She should get to eat his face. Yeah. So, those are my 5 facts. Back to your regularly scheduled content, I suppose.
And wasn't that fun? Alright, so our next segment is going to be New World Facts. Alright. So, first thing on the current news for today is the big crash that happened in Washington between a commercial airline, from what I read, and a military-grade helicopter. And apparently they collided. And apparently this has been a big thing for the past 3 days, and even J.D. Vance has commented on it. And that's not good. I don't know the death count. I didn't look that far into it, but it is said to not be good. Also, what's going on is that basically in the Montana, Idaho, and South Dakota areas, I'm pretty sure, are getting a huge rail line put back in for working order. So basically, they're gonna take an old rail system that has been like not used for ages, and they're gonna actually make it a transport cars, and actually be able to like be a passenger train, which you don't see much of anymore, especially not where I'm at. But you guys will never know. I use a VPN too. You guys aren't finding me unless you know me personally, but that's how it should be. Sorry, y'all. And then the last thing I want to talk about in the New World Facts segment is 2025 in general. Been a crazy start to a year. And wrestling. Oh, wrestling news right now. Wrestling is my favorite thing right now, and it has been for the past like 3 years under the after Triple H, Paul Levesque took it over. It's been wonderful, and I love it, and I'm excited for the Royal Rumble. And that's gonna be pretty cool. I'll have this out tomorrow, so this should release like a day before it, and I'm super excited. My picks, by the way, is I personally think they're gonna give it to John Cena, the Rumble win, but they're also gonna give the women's Rumble win to Charlotte Flair, who should be returning. But anyways, and then I'm gonna take you guys out to the Random Corner, where we're gonna talk about whatever I want to talk about. Hello, everyone. Strake, welcome to the Random Corner. If you're still here, that means you've watched this far. That's really cool, man. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Now, the Random Corner is where I do a whole lot of stuff and talk about a whole lot of shit. So let's get into it. First off, I think that it's the new title of the podcast is gonna do well. What's been up with me? So been relaxing a little bit, grinding out rivals. And the other thing is that this country's getting so fucked up. Like the minute I can skedaddle, that's what I'm gonna do. But that's okay. We'll figure it out when we get there. And my next subject I want to talk about is I will be streaming on Twitch a lot too. So I'm going to be making rival videos, other stuff in the future, so stay tuned for that. Like I said, new guest every week. And I want to talk about men's mental health really quick. So I've known a lot of people in my time that don't have the right mental health to be able to help others. And I've been there before. So all I want us to do as a society is look a little bit more closely at people we're close to. Family, friends. Ask them every once in a while, hey man, how you doing? Because so many people suffer that you don't see, it's always better to be there for them than for it to be too late and not be able to prevent what they want to do. So this is just an awareness thing. Just stay in tune to your surroundings. Focus on a hobby. Focus on self-reflection. Better yourself. Do some exercise. Take a walk. I don't care. I'm gonna edit that out anyways. But, basically, I think, that this whole segment's good cut. But the big thing is that take a walk. Exercise. I mean, even if you get out for a few minutes to walk your dog, that's helping your mental health. I don't read a book. Find a hobby that really speaks to you. You know? And just stay to it, and at the end of the day, you should get better at it. For example, I play violin. I really like violin. I can play a lot of songs by sight reading, but it took a lot of practice to get there. Anything you want to do takes practice. I had a whole other podcast before this one, and that whole other podcast was because I wanted to do something. Now I'm revamping this one, and this one should be popular. But just because I've studied the theory now. And I'm branching out. And this should be fun. And I think this raw, uncut footage, more of the real world side of things, feeds the world of difference when it comes to media. Because the more real you are, the better media becomes. And people don't get that nowadays. People just go, whatever, it's what it is. And then there's all these people who are stuck up and have their own opinions and then push their opinions onto others. And I'm just saying, if we were all nicer as a society, a lot of our problems would just go away. What else? So, pretty much the moral is, live your life to the best of your ability. Have fun while doing it. Find hobbies. Get out, do stuff. I guarantee you don't have to be on your phones all day. That's the main thing. Get this. This one girl I dated was so badly on her phone. And so badly on that vape of hers. What she ended up doing is whenever we cuddle, she would just be on that vape. And granted, I didn't like it, but I think I was kind of like righted there because whenever we'd be cuddling or anything, she'd go to hit that vape, and that's another thing I have a problem with in life. I don't care what you do, but when it gets to the point where it's too much to where it takes over cuddling or something else like that, then it's gone too far. That's for sure. But everyone's stuck up a little bit nowadays. But that's okay. It means more people are growing a backbone, but it also means more people have opinions that don't matter at all. You could agree with me, disagree with me. I don't care, because this will be uploaded no matter what, but I mean, it's just important as a society we review a little bit more and figure things out, you know? What do we want to do in life? What are some of our goals, aspirations, stuff like that. It's never too early to think about. I used to fucking hate school, but one thing I did take away from there was this one teacher I had, and I remember he asked me my junior year. He was like, hey, what do you want to do when you get out of high school? What do you want to accomplish? What we ended up figuring out is I made a goal sheet for myself. Next year, freaking was on the right path. I mean, it's crazy. Not to mention, I've worked over 8 jobs now. And I still have one, yes. But, I don't know. Just shows how life is. And shows how easy it is to get things done when you're not looking at a phone or giving your opinion on something that isn't even gonna matter an hour later. At least with this stuff, you can look back on this and be like, hey, there's some morals, there's some high ground, there's some things that could better yourself. I don't know, exercising, taking a walk, walking your dog, finding a good hobby, you know? Different things that most people don't do. But that's okay. I don't think it's really my job to tell people what they should or shouldn't do, but here's just some general advice. I don't care what you do at the end of the day, but if you take my words to heart, thank you. And just know it will help you. It's helped me a lot. Also, drink water. Lots of water. And a lot of medicinal herb. That helps too. Hasn't killed me yet. I don't think it will. With that, I'm all out of stuff to talk about. So, I'm going to wrap up the random segment here. Just remember, guys, this will be I'll be uploading this 2 times, 30 minutes, So 2 30-minute podcasts every week. So stay tuned. Turn on the notifications, subscribe to the podcast, YouTube channel, wherever you follow this or are going to, and please do support. It's really fun what I do, and I like doing it, and I just hope that in the future you guys stick along to see what else I have prepared. Because this is just the start. It's gonna get way better from here. Just the beginning. This is the starting point. This is the launch off. When we go farther, it's gonna get huge. Anyways, I'll bring it back now. Thank you guys for listening. Peace out, party people. Alright, well, to finish this out again, thank you guys for listening. This podcast, like I said, is going to be 30 minutes. I'll release 2 a week. Keep you guys all updated and informed on not only new media, new news, but new stuff, and keep you guys informed about what's going on. I'll tell stories from here to there. I'm going to have a new guest every week with random facts, and this is going to be super fun. So thank you guys for actually taking the time, if you did, to listen and try the brand new podcast, the half-hourly with Drake. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, and I can't wait for the future. And I just want to say thank you very much, and I will see you guys on Sunday. So, peace, everyone.